Gun, that time gun is not the solution. You understand? One, Nigeria, we are still under developing country. We are not yet advanced. Giving guns, you don't be like even how many people, illegally many people have guns. Government say okay, want to declare it legally. It means that you are harding more. Because what they need is one to come, talk to themselves. Look what are they doing to the level of dismiss the soldier that you are trained with a lot of money. No, even if you commit any crime, you don't need to dismiss. There must be a punishment for that particular person. But you push that person you train how to operate ammunition different. You push it outside. To what? How many of them have the fear of God? They will not group themselves. That is why we have all those bandits, kidnappers. But now they are not attack big men now. You see results.
It's vital for people to protect themselves from what is going on in Nigeria. Because every day things continue to deteriorate. It's not what you saw yesterday is what's happening now. Every day things from bad to worst. Are you getting what I'm saying? So if we allow the government should allow people to own a government and have a license, and having a gun is not all that is no good, but they have to insensitize them and tell them how if you're having a gun, you're not using it anyhow, for the interest of protecting yourself. And you don't say because of you have a gun, you have a little conflict with your brother, you shoot him because with a gun. That is where the area that we have, like in America, all the Americans, everybody have gun, but they don't use it anyhow. But here in our country, we are not all that intellect to use that such thing. But if it is the only way out, they should allow it to happen so that others will have gun and protect themselves.
I don't think so. Gun ownership can't help or solve our problems. I think majorly we Nigerians are very, very should I call us highly emotional, and we can easily we tend to like take self-help easily. So now gun ownership could actually entail some people to take some actions, ordinarily they don't supposed to take. So I think the only solution we could have in this insecurity situation is stay policing and getting people to know that your neighbor, whatever your neighbor is doing, is still your own right to know what he or she is doing, by giving information to the relevant authorities and agencies. That's it.
Yeah, that should be a very serious solution, because most of the attackers, they are doing it because one is not having any gun. But if they discover that individuals are having gun, they will stop attack. And if they know that individuals are ready to defend or protect themselves, they will stop attack. So, but the only thing is that those of the Nigerians going on with the gun or allowed to have license should be cautioned. Because there are some of them that will be provoked, they use the gun unnecessarily. So when the license is to be given to the Nigerians, that should be cautioned, and the fact that should be undertaken, that the gun will not be used unnecessarily.
Honestly, this is not the way out, giving people a gun to defend themselves. Government needs to do more in terms of security. There are a lot of things on ground. When you look at insecurity in our nation, the government himself has to wake up. Wake up in the sense that give our security personnel enough equipment to defend, to do their work diligently. Like what happened in railway. Honestly, if you look at security in our railway station, they are not enough. They are not enough to defend anything that is happening, or any terrorist attack will come across our people. They are not enough to defend our people.
It will not be right for citizens to carry arms, because the kind of society we operate, like the Western world, where people are well enlightened to know when to use the gun and not when to use it. It's not the case here. people are not educated, not enlightened enough to know that these guns cannot be used anyhow. What is happening today is because we have guns in the hands of wrong people, people who don't have value for human lives, and they are now using turn it against other people, killing people indiscriminately. So imagine where everybody has access to gun, it will become catastrophic. So I do not support the idea of everybody having guns. But of course, government should step up the issue of fighting insecurity by first and foremost recruiting more people into the service, the military and police, and also providing them with enough weapons to fight the war. Because what is happening is that many of them are not well equipped, and that's why the terrorists and the bandits are having their way.
When it comes to gun ownership, it has its pros and cons, yeah. And the good part of it is that it deters other people that would intend to attack you, knowing that you might have your weapon to defend yourself from attacking you. When it comes to robbery and other form of violent attacks. But the bad side of it is that people with psychological disorder could also use it to their advantage, such that there might be sporadic shooting in different locations and all. So what I would advocate for is that the Nigerian security should be reformed in such a way that they would have strong, concrete intelligence to be able to tackle these people. The federal government and the state government, they need to, have a sit-down talk such that there would be a deliberate, genuine, honest effort and not any form of political shenanigans in order to address this issue. Because, as Abacha said, if a security issue persists for a day, then the political class, they have a hand in it and they have an idea of what's going on. And a lot of people benefit from this insurgency, such that when monies are allocated to the necessary authorities to buy weapons, to buy gadgets to attack these guys, the monies are siphoned. And when there's a recurring activity like this and people are making a lot of millions and billions, then it's to their best interest to see that these things persist.
Actually, my name is Comrade Obong Anthony. The matter of insecurity lies in the hands of the governments and the people and the masses. But to own a gun will not be a solution to insecurity. The issues is government. It is the duty of the government to double in the security, empower those in the security sector, and ensure that they are doing their job. And if worst comes to worst, they can also set up a special monitoring team than asking people to hold the gun. No, that is it is not a welcome development.